But they're hard. I mean,
it's hard, but like, because I can only reach a certain amount, right? So like, we need other people pushing the message. I'm not one of these people like, you can steal my shit. No, steal my stuff and go out there and tell people. I don't care. Like, and especially with women, like, you guys need to educate your daughters, your sisters, your friends. They might get mad at you, they might ostracize you, whatever. But dude, if you're able to get to one chick, right, and get her to get married and save her from the lies of feminism, you did good.
Myron Gaines confronts this woman trolling him live in this college debate, as Myron Gaines calls out this woman only to find out she actually wants to destroy feminism herself, and Myron Gaines gives her the tools needed to combat this ideology, showing why more women are needed to push this disease back. Let's get in.
Myron, so you're saying that women are stupid and they deserve less?
In most cases, yes.
Well, did you know women created Wi-Fi?
You gotta be trolling. You gotta be trolling.
I am trolling.
Yeah, I was gonna say because some
trolling.
other girl said that shit. Some other girl said that shit at USC. I was like, man, this is just trolling. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I wanted to say, Myron, you're actually one of my biggest idols. I think.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that.
You're the reason why, like, you changed my views that men and women are different. Feminism is a lie. Society's too sensitive. We need to call out the stereotypes and educating Americans about them boys.
Thank you so much.
So
I appreciate that.
I've been watching your content for more than 2.5 years. I started with Fresh and Fit. I started with the Whatever podcast, but then I thought your content was more entertaining because you're calling out women for their shit.
Yeah. Brian's a lot nicer than I am.
No, it was very entertaining. And for me as a woman, I want to try to educate a lot of women as far as that feminism is a lie. And
we need more women like you because, look, I'm very aware of the fact that my message is very, volatile to people, and a lot of women are not going to take it. So if they hear someone like you say the same things, they're going to be more receptive to it because, let's be honest, women tend to be more concerned with the way information is conveyed versus the content of that information. So this works fantastic when I talk to men, but with women, a lot of times it doesn't. So yeah, we need more women like you going out there and saying like, hey, don't fall for the lie. Like, this is what it is. Stop being an idiot. And they'll probably listen to you more than me. So yeah, do it.
I mean, I got into arguments with my friends already, but I'm trying to at least talk to some of my managers who have like young daughters, like, don't think that career is going to be everything. I do want to shout out, I think people mischaracterize what you're trying to say. I think you and your brother are very talented and articulate. I also do like watching Candace Owens, Andrew Wilson,
She's great.
Andrew Tate. I do love Pearl. Nick Fuentes, I love how he's super blind, doesn't give a shit about what anybody has to say about him, especially his clip about the Nazis with Piers Morgan's. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
I do like Sneeko and Tucker Carlson, like I do, and Echoes from Above. Those are like the truth tellers, and they really like.
Well, add yourself to the list now. You got to spread it because we need more women that look like you that can get in these rooms with these women and talk to them, etc., and have these very difficult conversations. Because, like for me, I simply can't get into certain rooms and do what I need to do. So you could be the Mossad spy and get in there and tell these women to wake them up. All right.
I've been waiting for the day to talk to you. So I've been watching your content almost every day.
Well, don't give up. Keep talking to the women because you can get in rooms that I can't.
So, but I actually do have a question, unless I missed something from your
go ahead.
podcast. So you told women they need to lower their standards. So let's say women that are your age eventually become red pill or black pill. What advice would you give in finding a partner?
Find a guy that's going to treat you well, that's going to, that understands, has some kind of masculine semblance about him. He might not be the most attractive guy. He might not be 6'3", Chad, good looking. He might only make 60, 70K per year. But if he's a good guy, right, he has a fear of God and he's willing to take care of you and be a partner with you, there's lots of guys out there. It's just that a lot of them are just invisible to women, unfortunately. And when I say women need to, lower their expectations, it's because what women are chasing a lot of the times isn't good for them. They want a Chad who's going to be loyal, that makes all this money. It's like there's not enough of these guys to go around. So if you want a guy that's going to, be loyal to you and be good to you and be like this loving, traditional guy, there's plenty of them out there. It's just that they're not attractive enough for women, or they might have a weird stutter, or they might have a weird limp when they talk, or a lisp. So when I tell women to like lower their standards, a lot of times it's like, hey, date within your range, because unfortunately a lot of women don't date within their range. They think they can do better.
So even though like I heard you mention that like women at their late 30s, it might be too late for them, or
No, it's not too late for them. They just have to lower their standards drastically.
okay. And then I just watched your other podcast about, Gen Z not being like interested in the PBD, like his advice, I guess, for men.
Yeah.
What can we do as society to kind of get women to change their view about feminism?
We need more women like you to go out there.
But they're hard. I mean,
It's hard, but like, because I can only reach a certain amount, right? So like, we need other people pushing the message. I'm not one of these people like, you can steal my shit. No, steal my stuff and go out there and tell people. I don't care. Like, and especially with women, like, you guys need to educate your daughters, your sisters, your friends. They might get mad at you, they might ostracize you, whatever. But dude, if you're able to get to one chick, right, and get her to get married and save her from the lies of feminism, you did good.
Let me know if you agree with Myron Gaines that men actually could use the help of women like this to help spread the message. Now, ultimately, it's on men to move this thing. You can't rely on women. However, Myron Gaines does have a point in that there are circles and sectors within society and business and all sorts of different positions that men can't otherwise get in because they're more or less female only. That you can get in, you can spread the message, you can confront these ideals, but really what it is it needs to get to a point to where the feminists, the women who are against this, are the ones who start to become the ones who are ostracized. That's how ultimately you get women to turn over, because at first it's the minority coming in, and that's very hard for a lot of women to do. It's hard to basically break ice with all sorts of other, fellow women that they want to speak to. It's conflictual, it's confrontational. They don't like to do that, but women they hate to be ostracized from a group. And that's ultimately how you have to do it. You have to, work with some of these women, not have to, but it's at least optimal to get them into positions to where they can start to turn enough that what's the trend, what's the momentum, and eventually when these feminists start to be the ones who are left out, they're not talked to, they're not part of the group, and so forth, then that's when you really start to turn the rest, because that's the number one thing that women hate, is being ostracized and ignored. Basically, it absolutely drives them mad. But ultimately, that's kind of the point that Myron Gaines and the right and the patriarchy, more or less, needs to get a lot of these women to. It's like, nope, this is the way you need to live. And it's honestly for your own good, because feminism is going to leave you past the wall, alone, no guy around with a bunch of cats, and you're not going to like it. But hit that like button and notification bell, and let's get back in.
All you got to do is save one person. Wake one person up, and you did your job.
Do you think men are kind of held accountable to kind of letting this kind of going out
For
of control?
sure. They're a big part of the problem.
Or them boys?
Yeah, that's a part of the problem, but it's also the men too. That's why I was telling that guy, like, the reason why your race, right, when it comes to white people, because like the white replacement, white genocide, etc. I told them, look, a big part of that is like, you guys don't have your women under control. And since you don't have your women under control, they follow the feminism, follow the propaganda, etc. That's why you guys are in a situation where you're losing your women to education and black dudes. That's the issue, right? And they don't want to hear that, but that's the reality. So we got to attack it from multiple angles. We can attack it from one angle here. You attack it from your angle. Talk to other women, and I think that's how we do this.
All right. I know you have a line back there. I do have a couple more questions.
Oh,
It's
God.
more about the politics.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this, because I do think we got to close here soon. We got to wrap it up right now. So don't worry. 5 more minutes again. I got to piss so bad. I'm like dying over here. Can I piss real quick? Come right back. Can I? I'm dying. All right. Where's the closed bathroom? Somebody help a nigga out. I feel like a new man. All right. Hey, I'll hang out as long as you guys need me to, bro. As long as you're okay with me staying here, I'll hang out as long as you guys need me to. There's no breaks on the train.
No,
All right.
I did watch the whole Anus Reach shit. I think it was really fucking hilarious.
Losers, yeah.
I'm trying to get my friend to stop watching them because she did like Anus Reach, but then you like exposed them. I thought it was very entertaining.
Oh yeah, dude. The hypocrisy is nuts. Aborted retreat is what I call them now. Aborted retreat, bro.
Okay, so sorry. I'll try to make this real quick.
Yeah.
So do you think it was inevitable that the war in Iran was going to happen anyways? Because Netanyahu still did did the 12-day war. So even if like Trump tried to negotiate with Netanyahu on the last bombing, like wouldn't
Yeah,
that
no,
not
it
make
was,
a
it was
difference?
inevitable. And literally, like Marco Rubio admitted this. He obviously changed his story after, but yeah, it was inevitable. And that's why we got involved, because we knew that they were going to strike us if the Israelis struck them anyway. So they said, you know what, we might as well get ahead of it.
This could be like a conspiracy, but I was thinking about it. Is like, I think I forget that guy's name that quit. I forget his name, but
There was a Mike Waltz.
the highly the one that's with Tulsi Gabbard.
Oh my God. Joe Kent. Thank you. Joe
Yeah.
Kent. Yeah, Joe Kent resigned. Yeah.
Yeah, he talked about with Tucker Carlson about his like how Trump is actually not stupid. He has a really big family. Do you think that do you think that I guess the Zionists or Israel could be threatening his family or like threatening American citizens in the background?
So, a lot of people say that like there's like, he's being blackmailed and shit like that. Some people say that. Obviously, they have like very lucrative business deals in the Middle East as well. So there's a whole bunch of different issues. And then also people forget that he comes from the real estate world in New York City, right? That's obviously very Jewish dominated. So it is what it is. But we do have a lot of people. Do you mind if we can go to the next person, if that's okay? Or did you have one last quick thing that you want to say?
No. You could go to the next person.
Okay.
But I know you already said it, but can you sign
Yes,
my book
of
too?
course. I'm gonna I will not leave one book unsigned.
Thank
I
you
got
so much.
y'all. What's up, man?
I do agree that the Iran war was inevitable. I didn't know the reason that Myron Gaines mentioned. I didn't hear that, but I know basically more or less this has to do with the Abraham Accords and finishing our energy infrastructure, and Iran is a huge problem in that. So at some point or another, I assumed something was going to have to be happening, but I mean their country was already imploding. Like the capital literally doesn't have water. Like literally, these people have no water because their government has completely mismanaged everything. I mean, the sanctions are crippling them. They got no water. Their infrastructure is crumbling. They don't have systems that really work. I mean, the powers that be, they don't know how to run a government. They don't know how to actually represent their people. So between a multitude of factors, I think this was more or less inevitable at some point or another. And I figure they just chose this because basically to help the people turn the tide over. But I think it was inevitable. It was always going to happen. Hopefully this gets resolved sooner rather than later because, I mean, it's pretty crazy what everything is done. But at the same time, it's also exposed that the world doesn't need Iran, at least not the American and the West, like maybe China does. But you can get by without Iranian oil because now we produce enough of our own, which exposed basically how weak Iran really is. But this is a huge thing that needs to get settled. That one country, that Myron Gaines mentioned, they are absolutely out of their minds. And from the perspective of, well, if you're going to ruin this for both of us and we have to jump in, I mean, what kind of ally is that? Is that really a friend? Like, is that somebody you want as an ally that's going to constantly get you dragged into conflicts? I don't think so. But thanks for watching. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about what Myron Gaines had to say confronting this fan on how to destroy feminism in this debate. Thanks again, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.